She acts like she was persecuted after becoming First Lady of the United States.
So I wanted to take advantage of the fact that as the First Lady, yes, you can be smart and educated and beautiful and sexy and interesting and all those things. And yes, you can be a Black woman, a tall 5.
Here's more from the People magazine article right up that alley. Listen to South 25.
The othering that took place of you while you were in the office, when that did get through to you, how did you cope? How did you manage?
I mean, I took it for what it was. It was pure hypocrisy. You know, I mean, it was just straight up kind of, what, do you not look at history? You know, I could pull up pictures of Jackie O in a second and see this fashion icon in sleeveless dresses as First Lady. At a point, you're like, oh, this is politics. This is, you know, if you can't beat them, make everybody scared of them. How often were we called unpresidential? How many ways were our opponents trying to make the country feel that we were not suitable for this job, even when we had it?
This never happened. This never happened.
And yet it does happen to Donald Trump and Melania Trump all the time.
Of course it does. He's the one who's called unpresidential. They're trying to assume all the persecution that's ever happened to other people besides them.
About the angry, bitter Black woman that...
Yes, I will continue to cover this topic. I think this is my third video about Michelle Obama. Someone said on my comment section yesterday, I'm tired of seeing this woman. Please stop covering this topic. I can't stop. When I see them, I just want my followers to see what is going on. Reason, I always try my possible best to touch on both angles so you can see exactly what is going on. If you remember, Michelle Obama said that she was never proud to be an American until her husband was elected president. This is what she said. Now, from all her complaints, you will see like she loved the country. Oh, people used to criticize, oh, we were like this. You know, I don't know if Michelle Obama is the only first lady that has ever been there, because when you look around, you will not see any first lady doing this. From one complaint to another, an issue of skin color is her main focus. To me, that is uncalled for.
Some of the most privileged, pampered, wealthy Martha's Vineyard residents, plus their other houses residents in America, and they're acting like they had to cross a Ku Klux Klan, you know, line of hooded cross burners to get into the White House. We elected them.
Yes. It's still, like, to this day, it's incredible. And to have the nerve of Barack Obama to be out there on the campaign trail in New Jersey and Virginia saying, oh, the Republicans, they're obsessed with DEI. Yeah, they think DEI is responsible for everything. You know, why are they so focused on DEI and dividing people?
It shouldn't be
sexism.
It shouldn't be gray either. I should have to color it. I've defied conventional standards by not doing so. And also thousands of dollars on your hair. Well, how does she know? I bet she spends tens of thousands, frankly. I want to see her budget. And why doesn't she let her hair grow out naturally? It doesn't appear that it is.
Just do it right. She's talking about when she was first lady and how, you remember this? She said this at the time. Okay, I had my team pull this. This is Michelle Obama in 2022 explaining why she didn't wear braids when she was first lady. Watch.
As Black women, we deal with it. The whole thing about, do you show up with your natural hair? You know, braids, y'all. You know, but you know, as first lady, I did not wear braids. Being the first Black, I just we gotta ease up on the people. You know, just like, because I thought about it, I was like, it would be easier. Nope, they're not ready.
They're not ready.
Actually, we would have accepted it. You know what? We would have.
We would have been fine.
No one in America
No,
has.
we're not as fascinated by her as she thinks we are.
No one in America has their natural hair except for Dog the Bounty Hunter. He has his natural hair. The rest of us don't.
You definitely speak for me. I do not have my natural hair either. And it takes some effort to look like this. Name that movie. So this, like, who's she kidding herself that it's just a black thing? Okay, if I went out there with my natural hair, I would look like a toddler, which is why I don't. But everything for her has to be, she's oppressed. She has it harder than we do. I had to pay for my daughter's tickets on my own airplane that we didn't even know she got as First Lady. Did not even realize the First Lady has her own airplane, but she told us that. And here's the one, I think this is actually the one that Stephen L. Miller was laughing about. Here's, okay, hold on a second. Here, listen to this. How they didn't get the grace that other first families do when they took over as First Family, Walter. Give you one guess why. Watch this, SOT 20.
You said we were all too aware that as a first black couple, we couldn't afford any missteps.
Yeah.
And you also say, as a black woman, I was under a particularly white hot glare. Did you feel that?
For sure.
Shut
you
up.
can't afford to get anything wrong because you didn't get at least until the country came to know us, we didn't get the grace that I think some other families have got.
When you take a look at this, Michelle Obama lamented her struggle as First Lady. It was a race to let the country learn me from me. Before they learned this, other crazy women that they were talking about the angry, bitter black woman that was a terror and a danger to her country and didn't love her country, and just reminding people that we are normal people. Yes, we are black, but we bleed red and we love red, white, and blue. Okay, when you take a look at this, at the beginning of this video, I mentioned something. I've been covering Michelle Obama for a very long time, and Barack. Michelle said she was never really, when you take a look at this, Michelle Obama said that she was never proud to be an American until her husband was elected president. Okay, people were using her word, to pull that back on her. At that time, she was saying it as nothing. Now she's using this, that should actually tell you a lot about this lady. At a certain point, when I look at it, I begin to question, like, why will you always imagine like people hate you because of your color, or people don't like you because of this? That is insane. We didn't get the treatment as other First Lady. What treatment exactly is Michelle talking about? Because they had everything. If you don't dress good, people will criticize you. That has always been a thing. People like the First Lady to look good, to be that kind of, to be different. I reacted to this video 2 days ago. For people that are following me, they can testify. I was actually impressed when I saw this reaction from Megyn Kelly. If you notice, most of my videos, I usually like to pick up her reactions because it usually makes sense to me. And I want to appreciate people that are constantly supporting me. If you are new in this channel, I'm called Ransom. This is what I do daily. And we are almost approaching 100,000 subscribers. We are left about 700 subscribers. So I'm begging you, please, if you see my notification, always try to share out the videos. Yeah, it will go a long way to maybe send out the videos for recommendations. Please, please, please check your notification. When I drop a video, you will easily be notified. And as of the short videos you see at the end, that is for the YT algorithm.
I'm afraid we've disappointed the Obamas again.
Now there's a black woman running for governor in the state of Virginia, and Barack Obama is endorsed. You see, this is where you have certain black cards that need to get revoked because this person posted an entire video basically nitpicking Barack Obama for his endorsements and what he has to say. And it's pretty much just based on the absence of his knowledge of the phrase, not all skin folk are kinfolk.
First off, you don't get to decide who keeps their black card and who doesn't. You're not God. Second, it's funny you mentioned me not understanding the concept of all skin folk and kinfolk. Let's go back in time a little bit.
It's either God's side
or Satan's side.
And do more.
Until the country came to know us.
She's still bitter about it. Here's Michelle Obama. This is why she's on my mind. She's now, remember, she just like literally 10 days ago, she was out there complaining about how famous she is, and she's very annoyed at her fame. And she hates going into restaurants, and people are always looking at her. So what do? You start a podcast, a video, a YouTube show, and also debut a new book.
And that was my first instant. Have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us.
It's like history.
Wait, when I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, he even gets an off.
If the Democrats
Because how many times somebody asks
for
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
Give interviews, I don't do them.
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States.
happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama.
Is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not
all the same people that are in these polite...
Disagree with what Gavin Newsom said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about how...
When I look at what he said, it was just normal.